going to talk about some things that we can do better. So please, everyone, stand with me. Let's welcome our hero, Donna Crunch.
Wow, thanks, you guys. Okay, so listen, we're going to do something pretty powerful today. I need you, if you would please, to... I'm going to ask you to bring forth an answer to this question, if you know it, and I think most of you know it. I'm going to ask you to bring forth an answer to this question as if you were like 5 to 10 people. So as if there were 5 to 10 people about to bellow from inside of you, if you know this answer, and I'm pretty sure most of you do. Okay? Ready? Without a vision, the people
Perish.
Pretty good. I don't know if it was 5 to 10 people inside of you. We'll try that one again. Without a vision, the people... You're kind of getting it. Roy, did you say die? Did I hear you say? Yeah. Without a vision, the people... Without people, the vision perishes. Now, who do you suppose the people are? Oh, that was a whisper. And that's very typical, that it would be a whisper. And for those of you that are with us via Facebook or via the web, or those of you that are with us live right now, the answer when I said, who do you suppose the people are, was us. Now, why do you suppose we whisper it? Be honest, why? Unsure maybe of what it is. Good answer. Yep. A little bit scared about going after it. Can we do it? Can it be done? Do we know how? Right? All valid concerns. But the point I want to make, and I'm going to share some pretty quick and pretty powerful stuff with you, is without a vision, the people
perish.
And without people, the vision perishes. So we're going to put it together. Now, what I get to do, and I listened to Becca today as she did this introduction, and I'm always humbled, and I got to tell you, I almost feel a little bit embarrassed when she does that. And today I stood back there and said, yep, she's right on. Yep, that's it. I want to change the world. It's right on. So what is it that I do personally? Well, I get to help business leaders, salespeople, marketers, business owners know how to completely stand out in a crowd with what they do so that they make more money, they make a bigger difference, and they have more time for the stuff in life that matters to them. That's what I do. Now, that's the business part. When we start going to our customer, we get into spreading health, hope, and happiness, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Now, if you have been, again, business owner, business leader, marketing, sales, have you ever found yourself a little bit scared that there was competition in town, doing something the same as you were doing? Be honest with me. Yeah. Not all that long ago, I found myself in a position where I was more than scared. Competitor opened the same exact time we did, and I'm being as embarrassing as it is to say, but it's true, so I'll just say it. I freaked out. And everybody around me knew I was freaking out. We were watching these guys with a magnifying glass, and we're checking on stuff, and over the top. Like, what are they doing? What prices are they charging? And how are they marketing? And are they getting the people we would have gotten? And one, it was a scarcity mindset, but bigger, what I didn't realize, which is what I want to share with you guys today, is I forgot that I stand out in a crowd. I forgot that he is not my competition. Today I'm good. And he's still here and he's still rocking. But it doesn't matter to me. Now, I could give you the same example if I say other speakers, because for a long time, I'm telling you, I would look at other speakers and go, oh no, that's like my message. There's obviously no room for me because it's the same and they're bigger or they're better or they've done more, until I stopped and went, wait a minute. I stand out in the crowd. They're not saying what I say the way I say it. And I could just keep giving you examples, but guys, the reason I'm sharing this with you is, A, it wasn't always that way. I didn't care about standing out in a crowd. When I first got into business, I was in the weight loss business, and I provided weight loss to people, and that's all I did. That is all I did. I didn't really think about what I did or why I did it. I did that. That's it. And then when we went into the fitness business, full-fledged, we provided fitness for women. That's what we did. That's it. Not big, just a what we did. But what happened when I realized that I do stand out in the crowd is that I began to stand out in the crowd. And then everybody around me started realizing they stand out in a crowd. Now, whether you practice it or not is up to you. But if you practice it, everything will change. More money, bigger difference, and a lot more time for the stuff in life that matters to you. So I struggled, I was scared, and I realized, wait a minute, I've got this unique selling proposition. I need to stand out like I do stand out, and the result was more money, bigger difference, a community that's so rallied around us, we are the favored one, and it didn't take long to achieve it at all, and more time. And we love what we do. So there's this energy that goes on that's like hard to describe. I mean, one of my team gets another certification, and I'm like, yes! it's like it's happening to me. There's just this energy that goes on. Now, the old way of doing business is gone. You can't be just in women's fitness, just in fitness, just in weight loss, or just a church, or just an insurance agent, or just anything anymore, because we are smack dab in the middle of what probably is the biggest recession I can remember. I talked to one of the guys actually the GM from our local NBC affiliate yesterday, and he said, so how are things going, Don? And I go, you know, Kevin, I got to tell you, I've been through a lot of recessions in business. I have. I didn't pay attention to them. I just didn't. I'm like, whatever, recession, whatever. And I just kept going. This one's gotten my attention. It's gotten my attention because I think we're feeling it a little bit. I think, unfortunately, people are feeling it and they're hurting. I think lots of businesses, every type of business is feeling it. And I'm noticing that and I'm hearing that. Okay, so what does all this have to do with without a vision, the people perish, and without people, the vision perishes? Because the vision is why you do what you do, not what business you're in. I'm going to share with you guys in the time I have with you today, the only plan you need to absolutely thrive in a recession. The only plan you need. The only plan. And here's the really great news, which I realized just within the last few days. If I have this plan that has thrived in all recessions, is that maybe why when it's not a recession, we just supercharge success? Yeah, because if you know how to win in a recession, you can win anytime. So this is going to be the only one plan you need, and it's super simple to thrive in a recession regardless of the business that you're in. It's got 3 views. So we've got, here, where are we? Really simple, okay? We've got regarding the word vision, 1 plan, 3 views, 4 action steps under each view. Simple. If you want to make more money, I don't care what's happening out there around us. If you want to make more money, if you want to make a bigger difference, if you want to have more time for the stuff in life that matters to you, tune in to me while I'm going to share this stuff with you today. Okay, the 1 plan is understanding that without a vision, the people perish. Without people, the vision perishes. It no longer can be what business are you in. It needs to be why do you do what you do? And you have to know it if you're going to stand out. So that's your first question, and that's the whole plan. Why do you do what you do? Now, there are a couple of different whys, you guys. There is what would be called a purpose. What is your purpose? And that's the reason that you're in the business you're in beyond making money. What is the purpose? The reason you're in the business you're in beyond making money. We all work for money. Beyond making money, why do you do what you do? Okay, that's one form of vision. But another form of vision could just be a goal. That's more tactical. And I think, unfortunately, that's what a lot of us think of when we say, why do we do what we do? A lot of us go, well, I got to pay the mortgage, and I want to provide college for my kids, and those are goals. Those are tacticals. And when the going gets tough, that doesn't keep you going. When the going gets tough, that will not keep you going, that you need to pay a bill. As a matter of fact, that can bring on more pressure. Guys, has ever been there? I've been there. The money pressure was so bad, it didn't keep me going. It's like I want to stay in bed and put the covers over my head. the thing that got me out of bed and kept me going was the bigger vision, the purpose. We just celebrated Memorial Day. Do you suppose any of the soldiers that took any of the beaches during any of those world wars really wanted to go in there and fight? No, but they did. Why? They had a purpose. They had a reason that drove them to go be the heroes that we were. Go back 6,000 years. Guy named Moses. Do you suppose he wanted to walk around the desert for 40 years? No. Why? Bigger vision, bigger purpose. There has to be a why you do what you do. So now you may not be achieving your goals, and this is going to be one of those that's going to sound like that big motivational circuit thing, okay? You're not achieving your goals for one of 3 reasons, and really it's one of 3 reasons. So you hone in on this, because this is the whole vision plan, okay? You may not know your why. It's okay. If you don't know your why, write down, I don't know my why for my business. For heaven's sake, write something down. If you don't write, you'll achieve no goal. You can't hit a target you don't have. So you may not know your vision. You may not know your why. Do you know your why? And you may know it. You may know it. But the second key, still under this vision plan, is you may not know how to articulate it. You may not know how to communicate it. That's really the key. That's the key that switched everything for our businesses. Every single recession. It wasn't the why, because sometimes we didn't even have one. It was articulating what made us different than everybody else. And when I say articulating and communicating, I'm talking about to my customers, to my team, to my community. Are you communicating to your community what makes you different? Are you really even different? If you know the why, and you are clearly really articulating it, then the only other possible maybe for why you're not achieving the goals that you have right now, even in the middle of a heavy recession, is that you're not delivering on it. That's it. Why do you do what you do? Are you articulating clearly what you do to, again, your community, your prospects, your customers, your team? And if you are doing those 2 things, then are you delivering on it? You know, let me give you the 3 views. I was going to go to something else, but let me give you the 3 views. They're very simple. There's a conceptual view, a strategic view, and a tactical view. Now, some of you might want to call it a 30,000-foot view, 10,000-foot view, and a 100-foot view. Okay? The 30,000-foot view. And again, I said 3 views, right? Conceptual view is the 30,000 foot. The strategic view is the 10,000 foot. And the tactical view is the 100-foot view. You're just right on top of it. And again, each one of those has got the 4 action items underneath it. With the 30,000-foot view, you need to ask yourself 4 questions. I want to go to give you some actual stats here. And I thought I had them right here in front of me, so I apologize, bear with me. 30,000-foot view. First question, write the question down. If you know the answer, write the answer. If you don't know the answer, then this is going to be a little homework for after. Where are we going? As a business, you may be a single by yourself business person, but you may have a whole team around you. You may have outsourced people. It depends on the business you're in. Where are we going? That's the first action item in a conceptual view. Second action item, how are we going to get there? Now again, I'm going to explain these here in a minute because they may feel either a little obvious or complex, depending upon how you're looking at them. Here's the key. How will we know when we get there? Where are we going? How are we going to get there? How will we know we're there? Now see, the thing is, number 4, you've got to know who you are before you can determine where you want to go and how you're going to get there and how you'll know if you're there. Who you are is why you're doing what you're doing. Everybody needs a why. The why is not the dollar amount. The why is not the number of appointments on the book. Those are tactical. Those are goals. The why is bigger. Why did you get into this business that you're in? Whether owning, leading, marketing, selling, why are you in the business that you're in? Once you really think about why you do what you do, beyond making money, you then have a better shot at where are we going, how are we going to get there, and how are we going to know when we're there. Where are we going needs to be a measurable of some kind, not just we're going to make a difference in our town. Because it's not measurable, it's subjective. How will you know you made a difference in your town? How are you going to get there is how are you going to make that difference? I told you a minute ago that when I first owned a business, I was in weight loss. And that's it, I was in weight loss. I mean, if I looked at where are we going, it was that I was going to win the plaque every month. That was it. That was my goal. That was not a very powerful why, but that is the only thing I had that drove me. I was going to win the contest every month. That's where I was going. So every month, I had to start over again. It wasn't big, it wasn't powerful, it wasn't life impacting, and I'm telling you it wasn't. It was how I made money. There was nothing life impacting to it. Sometimes it was downright not enjoyable. I now know it was because it wasn't life impacting. It wasn't integrated, it wasn't harmonious, it wasn't a part of my life. But I was in weight loss, so where I was going is I wanted to win the plaque. How was I going to get there? By golly, we were going to get leads and we were going to have appointments on the books. Still tactical, still goal, not purpose. How would I know when I got there? I won the plaque. I won the contest. This is not fulfilling. You start over every month, and if you don't win the contest, you're so defunct you feel like you don't matter. These are not powerful whys. I mean, money, your business, church, organization, department could make money without a why. It's just going to feel really empty, and in a recession, it's going to get harder and harder to do because the businesses that are going to stand out are the ones that know their why and articulate that why. So those are your 4 actions under the conceptual 30,000-foot view. Now you've got 4 actions underneath that 10,000 or that strategic view. I was in Hollywood a couple weeks ago with a bunch of speakers and authors. And there was a guy there who helps businesses make more money. I can't even give credit. I don't even remember his name. And he wasn't someone that I knew. I knew a lot of them, but I didn't know him. And he just made this very simple statement, which I'll share with you. And when he made this very simple statement about lead generation, that's marketing. That's you articulating and communicating your message. He made this very simple statement about lead generation. And as soon as he made it, I don't know if you guys have ever had this moment. It was like, oh! It was like this moment of clarity. And I was like, oh my gosh. Every business I've ever been in, every success I've ever had, I did this. Now I got to go back and see, are we doing it in Lima facility? Are we doing it with our licensing department? Are we doing it with the Donna Kretsch companies? Guess what the answer was? We weren't. Now the really, really exciting and motivating news is now that we know we weren't and now that we're going to, watch out, because we have this powerful why that drives us. But I looked at this big moment of clarity and I realized this thing that I had stopped doing that I'd always done when I had all this success, and success even felt easy during recessions. And I looked at this and said, okay, it wasn't just that piece. There were actually 3 other pieces that I always did every single time. So see, now you're getting closer down on top of the goal. And this is all about standing out in business, following this vision plan. You'll stand out in business when you have this vision plan. And I looked at the 4 actions underneath the 10,000-foot goal. What had I always done every single time? I knew what business I was in. That's just knowing what your business model is. What do you do? And I'm not talking about the big why now. We thought about that a minute ago. We're going to go back to it again in a second. But what business are you in? Again, I told you before, my story was I sold weight loss. That's what I did. And the really embarrassing thing to say to you today in 2011, but I didn't know to be embarrassed then, is we put people on diets. It had a liquid day, for crying out loud. And nothing but all liquid day. And then for any of you that know anything about nutrition, the diet plan was designed to put people into a state of ketosis. That's what it was. Nice high protein, no carbs, burning bright red on that little urine stick, which was very enjoyable to help them do that, let me tell you. And it was crazy, but it was the way I made money. But I knew what business I was in. Now today I'm not in the weight loss business, not even close. No way. I'm in the help every single person I touch achieve their goals business. That will drive me. The other didn't drive me. But you need to know what business you're in. Is it the fitness business? Again, is it the insurance business? Are you a church? Are you a solopreneur? Are you online? Are you a team member and your business is marketing, your business is sales, your business is delivering and servicing? What business are you in? And I always knew what business I was in. I always knew what business I was in. But then I always knew why the people that I worked with wanted to achieve the goals they wanted to achieve. I mean, I can tell you to this day why the people that worked with me in 1986 worked. Because, oh, I've always known that. So you need to know the business that you're in, but you need to know everybody's why around you. And the reason you need to know that is because that tightly unites you. Knowing, again, your team members' whys, your customers' whys, and your prospects' whys, which includes your community. Why do they want what your business offers? But then I always had, as I've already shared, recession-thriving type marketing. Some people might call it grassroots. Today we have the aid of the internet, so we've got social media, which is another form of relationship grassroots marketing, and there are some phenomenal things that we can do there. But it still comes down to, figuratively at least, knocking on doors. Except today you can knock on somebody's friend page. But it's still reaching out to a human being and building that relationship. And when you build that relationship and you know your why and you know how it ties to the business that you're in, you're unstoppable. You're unstoppable. It's this driving force that makes this recession-thriving marketing work. The fourth action step under that strategic view, you need to build trust and provide high value. The businesses that don't, by the way, right now, 2011 and forward, the businesses that don't build trust and provide high value will not make it, especially in the fitness industry. Because unfortunately, a lot of fitness clubs think they're in the fitness business. Well, as a matter of fact, they don't want to be in anything but the fitness business. And as I learned in DC about 6 weeks ago, when I was there for the Legislative Summit with URSA, the wellness industry has already passed the fitness industry. The fitness industry should be the wellness industry. But the wellness industry has run past us like we're standing still. It is because our industry still thinks they're a fitness club. When you say, what business are you in? Most of the time the reply we get is, I'm in the business of a place for people to come and work out. And if I'm really cutting edge, I'm 24-hour. And I'm sounding a little sarcastic because it irritates the snot out of me. But it was good news for me because I looked at our model and I said, we're wellness. And guess what the number one thing is you're going to need to be to survive and thrive in the coming years in this industry? Wellness. It's called primary prevention. And if we know that we're about primary prevention, and we articulate and communicate that we're about primary prevention, and we deliver primary prevention, will be the stop that everybody makes. And it won't be good enough for us just to know and even be really passionate about it, which I'm accused of being all the time. It's not enough. I mean, I'll admit something else to you guys. I've been really passionate my whole life and sometimes wondered how come my message wasn't getting out. I'm passionate. Well, big deal. I got to go tell people my message, and I got to put the passion behind it, and I've got to articulate it intelligently, or they're not going to get it. I won't even have the chance to deliver on it. So again, know what the business is, know the whys of everybody involved, know how to do recession-thriving marketing, and build trust and provide high value. I think I shared at the last meeting, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to share it again, and I apologize if I shared it at our last get-together, that it's very easy to provide high value for virtually anybody you ever see in your community, ever. Find out what it is they do, and then offer them something free to help them do what they do better. And then you go back and say, if that served you, I think we could do this together. And that's where you bring in your business. Give them something of high value free that will help them. When I went to this Speakers and Authors networking group a couple weeks ago in Hollywood, I'd never seen anything like it. It was a very little tiny intimate event, and it was awesome. I mean, I had friends there that I just kept pinching myself. Is this my life, that I know these people and that I'm at this place? And because Brian Tracy was there, and Jack Canfield was there, and Robert Allen was there, and David Bach was there, and Donna Kresch was there. And is this my life? And like a welt by the end of the weekend. And the networking event was set up with one rule. And this rule has been at a lot of events I've been at. So I got to tell you, going into it, I didn't expect it to happen. Nor did anybody else, I found out later. But I'd never seen anything like it. It actually happened. The rule was this. Don't solicit. Don't tell what you have. Go meet the person. Ask them about them. And then say, what could I give to you that's going to help you get where you want to go? That was the rule. And it just, the first day, people were a little unsure, and some people were still going, oh, I'm Donna Gretchen, this is what I do, and I deliver blank, and I did it, and you know, our little elevator spiel that we all have. But as the day progressed onward, there came this servant attitude, there came this selflessness, and everybody was going up, asking the name, what exactly do you do, and if I could help you achieve any goal whatsoever, what would that be? How can I help you get where you want to go? It was amazing. I never have seen anything like it. And then it just got better and better and better. Okay, so I'm walking away, as many did, from that event going, what if we did this? What if this was our attitude in our communities? And we, again, shared this last month, that some people have a little bit of a challenge getting their head around marketing and whatnot. So the way to do it is to find out who the person is and what they do, and then say, we have something that will serve you. It's free. Let me provide this to you. And guys, it's not just a metabolism valuation. This is not a manipulative thing that you come up with, let me tie my metabolism valuation into no matter what the answer was you just said to me. You have a full life success program that helps people with communication, relationships, finding more time, managing their money better. It doesn't matter what their need is. Go get that life success lesson and give it to them. Give them something of high value. Then you can come back and say, did that serve you? I have something else for you. And if you go, I don't want to ask them yet, then give them something else of high value. But there's your relationship builder right there. And that's recession-thriving marketing, and that's building trust, and that's providing high value. Now, it has been said recently, oh, God, that's just so much more work. It is. And the businesses and the business people that are not willing to do that are not going to make it. They're just not. Again, the days of swipe my card, check in at the desk, and go work out, those days are just gone. They're just gone. But the good news for us is we provide more. Now that 100-foot view, that tactical view, is very simply know what you sell and deliver. Know what you sell and deliver. Specifically. Now there's where it's okay to say, We sell weight loss, we sell life coaching, we sell group fitness, we sell massage, we sell tanning, we sell childcare, we sell a gym membership. That's what's okay to say, what do you sell? Because now you're getting into the tactical, and what do you deliver? But I've put a parenthesis after my notes where it says, and know why. You still need to know why, all the way through, all three views, conceptual, strategic, tactical. Know what you sell and deliver, and know why. And then know how you sell it and deliver it. What you sell, but how do you do it? And that just means know the business model, know the process that a person goes through from the time they come in to the time they get serviced, to the time that they move up and become a higher purchasing customer. I didn't say to the time they leave. Because if you are a full service, again, if you're health and fitness related, we're talking wellness, or if you're anything health related, we're talking wellness. If you're that full service provider, they don't leave. You don't like get them fixed and then they leave. They just keep moving up and getting more and more connected and getting better and better results. So what are you selling and delivering? How do you sell it and deliver it? And are the people that are involved with you passionate about it? That's number 3. Are the people that are involved with you passionate? Who are the people again?
Us.
Yeah. You guys. You. You. Your team. Your customers. Are your customers passionate about the business? All of them? If the answer is no, how could they be? Let's figure that out. How about your prospects? Are they passionate? Now their argument could be made, well, Donna, there are prospects. They can't be passionate yet. Yes, they can. If you're articulating and you're communicating in your community, the community is going to be passionate. And the community is going to send people here. And the community is going to recognize you for the difference you make in the community. Now, would they do that if you're just a business? No. They would do that because you're articulating and communicating what it is you do and the difference that you make. And like I said earlier, I always knew my team's why. I always knew why they were working. So if you've got now the third step, the third action step is to have the team be passionate about the message, the cause, the purpose. Tie that to their goals. Connect the two. And then the really, really specific tactical thing, and this was the thing the guy said where I went, oh, moment of clarity. You need to have 7 to 10. I'm a conservative person, so I'm going to say 10. You need to have 7 to 10 lead generators going at one time. His statement was, for any business to succeed, it needs 7 to 10 lead generators going at one time. I finished that with, and when a business has 7 to 10 lead generators going at one time, it will only succeed. Y'all know what a lead generator is? Something that generates leads. Buddies generate leads. Events generate leads. Working your floor generates leads. Making calls generates leads. Social media generates leads when it's done right. Getting out in the community generates leads. Advertising generates leads. You need to look at whatever your department is, whatever your business is, and say, what are the 10? And if there aren't 10, then just come up with what the rest can be to take you to 10. Because the great news is, of this 100-foot view, is that when you have 10 lead generators going simultaneously, you'll only know success. And that's when I looked at it and went, I always had 10, always. I never knew the rule, I just had 10. And then I looked back and went, oh my gosh, it's a basic that we really stopped teaching. But the good news is we know how to do it, and we've got a plethora of lead generators. Not 10, we've got something like 125. So you just need to pick from them. Now, if you are in the fitness world, if you are in the fitness industry, having said everything that I've said to you, I'm going to share a story. Well, it's not even really a story, it's a statement. I was in Chicago. It was several years ago, and I was sitting with somebody who was talking about perhaps joining our company, our network. And knowing that you know what you know about our network, we're far from just a gym. We also provide weight loss, we provide disease prevention, we provide stress management, we provide life coaching, we provide group fitness, we provide personal training, we provide metabolism retraining. We reach out into the community and we bring people into our facility that gyms don't get. Like our 19-year-old who weighs 500 pounds, whose parents both died of obesity-related diseases, and he has nowhere to go, so he lives in a nursing home. We are his hope. He comes here, and the minute he walks in the door, his life is affected. Not to mention, oh yeah, he's losing weight. So he's got a shot at beating the life-threatening diseases that killed both his parents. He wouldn't walk into a gym in this country, you guys. Not to mention, he might not be welcome. Because in Chicago, when I was talking to this gym owner, whose name I don't remember, which is a really good thing because I might tell you. I do remember the chain he was with. I'm not going to tell you. But as I was sitting with him in Chicago, telling him about what we do compared to what a typical gym does, he said, Donna, with this tone, by the way, we do not want fat people in our gym. As a matter of fact, my members don't want to work out next to a fat person. Same tone. We are disciplined people, we are goal-oriented people, and fat people are slovenly, and they're lazy, and they don't care if they die or not. They don't care about how they look. They don't care about anything. We don't want to be around them. I didn't say it out loud, but what I thought, oh, I'm going to be so transparent, was, you're an idiot. But what I said is, well, let me know how that works out for you. Now, I went to Washington, D.C., and I learned a big, huge piece of information. Primary prevention is where everything is going, and all you have to do is turn on a radio, a television, or pick up a newspaper to know that health care is the only thing on this nation's mind except the economic condition. Oh, and by the way, they're tied together. When you feel energetic, you can produce more. You can make more money. You miss less work. I mean, you're more creative when you feel better. So it's tied together. I mean, it's why we're doing the promotion that we're doing in Lima right now. We are going to give more money to this community during this dark time. We're going to get weight off of people's bodies. We're going to put food into their bellies of those that are hungry. We're going to increase energy and increase fun. I'm not going to sit back and watch this happen. So I'm in D.C. all fired up, like, yay, rah, we match, this is cool. And I got him on my mind. Because I'm talking the way I talk, and I'm all fired up, and I'm all passionate. And the comment made to me in D.C. was, well, Donna, I have two observations. One, a lot of people don't share your passion. They don't care if they have fat people in their club. They prefer they not have. And my response to that is no judgment. It's really important to know who you are. So to the gym owner that feels that way, I have no judgment. I have lives to change. So I need you as that fitness owner, if that's you, to say, that's me, and I'm only going to be in fitness, I'm only going to have a gym, and you set yourself over here. I will bid you adieu. I will wish you well. I'll even share some of my marketing materials with you. And if you're not in that group, and you say, no, there are lives to save. The second comment he made, Donna, not everybody shares your passion. But if we do not find the business models for our fitness facilities that achieve this and that supply what you're talking about, we're not going to make it. So if you want to make it, you, again, need to know why you do what you do. Why are you in the business you're in? Why are you in the position that you're in? And it can't be just to make money. I mean, it can be, but that's not a purpose. It's not a vision, and it's why it's hard to go to work sometimes. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you've ever had a time where it felt kind of hard to get up and go to work. You weren't thinking about the purpose. You were thinking about the money, or you were thinking about the numbers. Those are the days that it's hard to get up. It's not hard to get up when you've got this driving you. Now, I'll be real candid and tell you that his lovely choice of vernacular when he said, we don't want fat people in our club, perhaps wouldn't be the way I'd say it. But I'm not passionate about reducing this. I'm not. I'm passionate about everything that starts to occur when this starts reducing. That I'm passionate about. Lives change. Lives are saved. Everything is different. The human being that was inside of that body gets to just come out when we start addressing that. He doesn't get it. He doesn't care. So now, this is where they say, like they say, the men are separated from the boys, or the line is drawn in the sand. Who are you? You just a fitness facility? Or are you going to look at what was said in D.C. and say, wait a minute, what's being said is health, primary care, or primary prevention, is where we need to go. I'm going to give you guys a few very specifics. Very specific pieces of information about this, okay? Primary prevention, and I'm even going to read this if you'll bear with me here. Primary prevention is the prevention of disease before it occurs. The prevention of disease before it occurs. Here's what it includes, so ask yourself if your facility provides this. It includes regular exercise. I'd say every gym says they can provide that. Now, not just with a place to work out. You've got to have a rhythm, a schedule that you require people to work out. Now you have regular exercise. And some way of tracking that. Not just a place where people can come and work out. Those days are gone. They're gone. Donna, how can you say that? I just went to D.C. with all the leaders of the industry who said it. Who said the words like, we're going to get, if we don't show up, we're going to get left behind. Another one said, wellness industry has already passed us. It was just said. One of the key executives of IHRSA said there are twice as many people who are no longer members of exercise facilities than are members of exercise facilities. Try to get your head around that for a second and do the math. There are twice as many people who have dropped their gym membership than are members of gyms. Now, I don't know how your math head works, but my math head tells me we're going to cycle through the people and we're going to run out of people. Because your whole community won't go to a gym. Your whole community, however, is interested in the benefits of regular exercise. Healthy eating is the second one. Your community is interested in healthy eating. We call it healthy foods education. They want to know how to eat real foods and lose weight. I don't care what's being sold, HCG, HGC, protein plant. I don't care what it is. People will tire of it. Well, yeah, but they can lose weight fast. Yeah, and then they'll gain it all back, and then they'll be irritated. That's what's going to happen. I've been doing this for 25 years. It's how it works. I am an expert on this subject. Healthy eating is the only way a person is going to eat and keep the weight off that they lose. It's the only way it's going to happen. So regular exercise is the first component of primary prevention. Second component is healthy eating. Third component is the absence of tobacco and other controlled substances. So if you don't have a smoking cessation plan, get one. Tie yourself to American Cancer Society. They have one and it's free, and you can just simply offer it in your facility. Stress management. We call it life coaching. If you don't want to add life coaching, then use Life Success. That's stress management. And regular medical exams. Now, if you don't have a doctor in your facility, you don't have to have a doctor in your facility to be a wellness center. You can be tied to a doctor and see that people get medical exams. They can get medical exams from their own doctor and then bring them in, the results, so that you can watch their triglycerides and their cholesterol, and you just look at the numbers. But this is what primary prevention means. I know I shared with you last month that the numbers they're a little bit different depending on if you get them from the CDC or Health and Human Services. But the numbers on children are increasing at staggering rates. The national guideline recommended for children, those of you who have Heart for Kids, the national guideline recommended for children is that they engage in at least 60 minutes of physical activity on most and preferably all days of the week. Because they spend half their day in school, children need to be getting 30 minutes of their daily physical activity during school time. Well, only 3.8% of elementary schools, 7.9% of middle schools, and 2.1% of high schools provide daily physical education or its equivalent for the entire school year. 22% of schools don't require students to take any physical education. There's an open door, you guys. Go hit the schools and go lead the kids in some movement. Now, again, I was all about marketing in the beginning. Only marketing, not about meaning. I was about only marketing. So I would look at that and go, well, how are we going to get a lead? This is that high deliver thing where you go help the kids and they'll start telling their parents and then the parents will come in. Just go crazy. Just go out there and hit the schools and start showing them how fun movement can be. And listen, as far as wellness goes, from 1999 to 2005, the average employer cost for health insurance has gone up $1 per employee per hour. $1 per employee per hour. So, we've got people working 40 hours a week, call that 40 bucks. Times 100 employees, $4,000. Times 4 weeks in a month, $16,000. You think they're not going to listen when you go tell them you can save them some of that money? And it's proven, by the way, that when weight loss goes down by only 5%, the return on investment of the money that they would spend on the wellness program or buying your membership at your facility comes back to them quickly. And weight loss is the only thing where they can see the ROI come back quickly. But out of 56 studies done on worksite wellness promotion, there was almost a $6 return to every dollar invested. So when they invest $1 in our membership, they get $6 back. And now put your head on that. It was costing $1 more in healthcare costs, but when they invest in our club, they're getting $6 back. They're ahead. We're making them money. We're making them money. You just have to put the presentation together to deliver this. So in Washington, D.C., they said very simply, we've got to focus on primary prevention. We've got to focus on health. Half of Americans have chronic diseases right now, and it's climbing. Cancer, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, half. High blood pressure, half. In D.C., they said we've got to focus on health. You've got to focus on wellness. You've got to focus on kids. What the fitness industry does right now is they sell gym memberships, and like I said, if they're cutting edge, they're 24-hour. There's the big chasm right there. What we do is we provide a place to exercise. We do. We have gyms. We provide weight loss. Or just nutrition, if you're not looking to lose weight, but with healthy foods education. We provide stress management with life coaching or with life success. The medical exam thing, that's easy. That's easy to work with other doctors. Tobacco cessation, we already hooked up with American Cancer Society. We're a wellness center. That's what we are. And that puts us in front of everybody else. Now what you need to do as I walk away from you is you need to think about the 3 views and ask yourself about the 4 actions under each one of those views. And pick 3 out of 3 times 4 is 12. 12 lucrative steps you could take. Pick 3 that you think you need the most help with, and then let us know what those 3 are. Because if I get into the 7 to 10 recession thriving marketing plans, we know how to now take a Facebook page and have it generate leads for you. We're doing it. We know how to send out birthday card mailers and get a crazy high response. I want to tell you in blunt terms, we invested $400 in the last one we sent out. And I want to tell you this right, $7,000 return, Marcia, when we put them together? Yes. Okay, so we invested $400, got $7,000 back. Good marketing move. The things that we're doing in the community now, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary in Lima. So what I said a minute ago with the feeding and bellies and all that, we're going to give $20,000 in cash and prizes to this community during a time when people need money. That's a very positive thing. We're going to see that 20,000 steps are taken and 20,000 miles are walked so that weight is shed and energy goes up. We're going to make sure that 20,000 pounds of food is given to the West Ohio Food Bank so that bellies are fed that are hungry. This is a why. This is why we do what we do. We're not in fitness and we're not in weight loss. Will it bring us money? It already is. And it's getting us noticed. And the really cool thing is we're not doing it to get noticed, but we're getting noticed. You just got to think bigger. Pick the 3 things you want help with. Start telling your community that they're welcome in your facility by putting out videos and pictures of people that look like them. And turn a deaf ear when the fitness club down the street says, her personal trainers don't look like personal trainers, they're fat. Do you want to make a difference in lives or not? Because I do. And I have to fight sometimes. I have to push back when people say, you guys don't look like fitness people. We hire hearts. We hire attitudes. And we hire a desire to touch the world. And I'm willing to bet I'll touch more of the world than just the guy who said, I don't want fat people in my club. We have an event August 11th and 12th. Get it in your calendar. Many of you have heard about it, and you need to be there. If you're a part of our network, let us know you're coming. If you're not a part of our network and you want to come, you're welcome to come. We're going to be teaching on the more than 10 recession-thriving marketing avenues. We're going to be talking about how to sell a person the solution that they need. We're going to be talking about how to hire and train and manage a team, how to come up with that why. The guy that I told you, the birthday card guy, he's going to be there. Somebody's going to be there to show you how to own your Google local search. We're going to have Facebook training. I can't even go over it all. I don't have it all memorized. But get it put into your calendar, and if you know you want to be there, as long as you let us know by, is it June the 10th? June the 10th, am I remembering right? I hope. As long as you let us know now, there's no investment. There's no investment, but you do need to let us know now so we can start planning. I know my passion comes through when I talk. What I hope is the framework of what I shared came through, because my passion can override the framework sometimes. That's the framework. You just know why you do what you do. There's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of lives to be saved. You guys rock. See you later.